Going on, everyone? Welcome, Rabid here, and today I'm going to do something that I haven't done for a while, or actually I don't think I've ever actually done this one, but this is MoneroOcean versus Nicehash. Now, there's a few things you got to realize between the two. MoneroOcean here is actually a profit switching tool, and it pays you out everything in XMR in Monero. So if you want to get Monero, it's probably one of the best ways to actually stack it. But here you can see all the different coins and algorithms supported. Yes, some of these are GPU, like Raven here on Kapow. We got Ergo here. We got ETC here. And there's some other ones, CCX. But most of these are CPU mineable coins. Again, some of these are GPU that you can use your GPU with to get that XMR. But a lot is for the CPU, and this is for CPU mining. And it'll profit switch based on your benchmark that you do when you first fire up MoneroOcean. You do have to use the XMRig MO fork. If you just use straight XMRig, it's not going to profit switch. It's just going to most likely mine Monero only. So once you use the XMRig MO fork, it will benchmark your entire CPU across all the CPU algorithms, and it'll then point your hash rate towards what it thinks is the most profitable based on how your benchmarking went. At that point, it will then pay you out in XMR. So whatever it is mining at the time, it's 100% sell pressure and buy pressure for XMR and pays you out. Now, Nicehash on the other side, this is a hash power marketplace, which means once you go onto this, you are now renting out your hash rate to buyers of hash power. They are paying Nicehash in Bitcoin, and Nicehash is then paying you in Bitcoin from whatever that guy does want to rent your hash power for. So in this case, it's going to be for random X XMR. It will work for any random X coin. So the most popular one currently is Zeph, but people can rent and put it on anything random X if it works with straight XMRig. Couple things we do have to realize as well is that MoneroOcean supposedly is a 0% pool fee and 0% miner fee as well. So there's no fees associated with this. So I don't really know how they're making money. There's probably something going on somewhere. I don't really know. It's also PPLNS, where Nicehash, you're going to pretty much straight getting earnings right off the get-go, where MoneroOcean, because it is PPLNS, you're going to have to fill up a share log for a few hours before you start getting your full reward. So in that case, I am going to assume right off the get-go that day one won't perform as good as the second day and so on, just due to the fact that you have to fill up that log. Now, second, when we're done the test, I'm going to have to let that share log actually fully ramp down. So I will continue getting rewards based on that share log filled up until it winds back down to zero, which will make that last day or total probably a little bit higher as well due to the fact. But we lost in the beginning and we'll kind of gain it at the end. So I am only going to go for about 2 days or something here because there are some nice profitable coins happening, but we'll see what happens as this plays out. And just for a reference here, I did have a starting balance both on MoneroOcean as well as Nicehash. So any numbers that we do end up hitting, we're going to have to subtract this so that we can get how much we actually earned each day on mining each platform. Here we can see XMR. I did have 0.166992 XMR sitting on MoneroOcean, and Nicehash I did have 0.00009673 Bitcoin while starting this test on Nicehash. So that is 4 zeros here for the Bitcoin. All right, so here we are, day one. Our first 24 hours has passed on MoneroOcean versus Nicehash. Let's kind of look at the numbers here. And before I get into it, right now, MoneroOcean is telling us about $4.90 per day with these 10 3900Xs. And Nicehash is telling us about $4.88 per 24 hours. Now it just went up to $5.14. It's been bouncing around, but usually when I did check out these 24-hour estimates, MoneroOcean was always in the lead, but we just see Nicehash actually say it's more. But we'll get down to the final results when it comes down to it and doing our math based on price and everything. One thing I'm not 100% sure about is we can see our pay hash rate here is saying it just went to 174. At times it's 200. What's going on here? You might be like, whoa, my CPUs don't hash that well. It's converting your hash rate based on whatever coin it is mining and converting that into XMR hash rate as your type of reward here. And that's kind of why we're seeing this over here. But this always seems to be quite a bit less than what it's telling us here. So if we actually put like 174 into this calculator right here, I'll just put 174 right quick from 161. We can see it went up quite a bit. So I'm going to put that back to 161. I don't want to mess it all up. If you hit refresh, it'll auto save this, but you can kind of play with the numbers. So I don't really know which one is exact. Obviously, when we check out our total XMR earned, subtract what we had in the pool here, we will see what the values are. So I wrote down everything. Right now we're at about 0.193282 XMR total. I do have to subtract that what I already had in here previously. And for Bitcoin, we do have in our total wallet 0.00024879 Bitcoin, plus our unpaid rewards, which will go to our wallet in about 2 hours and 44 minutes. We add that to this one, and then let's kind of look at what our numbers look like for our first day. All right, so now if we look into our full one-day results here, you can see this is our total Monero earned. This is after subtracting what we already had in our MoneroOcean wallet. Same thing for Bitcoin here on Nicehash. This is our total that we have in our wallet. Subtract this amount, and this is what we got for mining the past 24 hours. Current price of XMR is 168.24 cents here, and $30,321.03 for Bitcoin. So using these secondary numbers, once everything's subtracted, it looks like MoneroOcean at the current price did make about $4.42, and Nicehash actually made $4.85 on our first 24-hour test. So it's going to be interesting moving into day two, because I did mention about the PPLNS logs here that MoneroOcean does use. So I am expecting MO to do a little bit better, so it should be at least closer together and then maybe even end up more profitable. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But that is day one of our results. Now we're going to wait for another 24 hours and see how day two does play out. All right, guys, so here we are, day two of MoneroOcean versus Nicehash for CPU mining. And I know I should go for a day, even a month, and vice versa. But, you know, this should give us a general idea of how well MoneroOcean is doing compared to Nicehash in, you know, a couple days time or day to day. Based on this, I don't really like having my hash rate split. I like to point everything at one thing, get as much as I possibly can at once. But, you know, it is a nice little test here. So with 10 rigs on both, right now it is looking, we're going to hit the refresh button here. And it's currently saying about $5.57 per day is its estimate. Now our total XMR that we have in our wallet now that's due is 0.236621. So now let's kind of look at Nicehash. So $5.57. We'll come into Nicehash here, go into mining, do a refresh here again as well. Just get everything right updated. I think Nicehash is actually updated all the time. So this is telling us our profitability is around $5.22. So kind of like what I mentioned the other way, or the other day, is Nicehash has always kind of mentioned it's been lower. Now yesterday it did flip higher right at the last second, but every time I check out the two, Nicehash was reporting a little lower profitability in the estimates. But we don't care what the estimates are really saying. That's just a gradual thing. It comes down to what the yields we actually got based on that current coin's price. So right now, an unpaid mining balance, you can see we have here, and our total BTC wallet balance is now sitting at current price is about $12.40. And here you can see our Bitcoin. So I'm going to move these into the spreadsheet, subtract what we had from yesterday, and see how much we have earned in the past 24 hours. All right, so I was originally only going to go for the 2 days, be like, okay, this is that, that's that, they're fairly close, whatever, you know. And then it turns out, you know, these numbers kind of surprised me. So I'm going for another day. So we're going to go for another 24 hours after this. But here's what the current numbers are looking like. So right now, our total we could see was 0.236621 on MoneroOcean. Subtract that from the total we had yesterday, we got 0.043339 XMR for mining in the past 24 hours. Now remember, we said this, mentioned this about the last test on the first day, is the first few hours was based on that PPLNS log. We had to fill it up before we actually got full weight for our shares. And the same thing's going to happen when we quit mining, is for about 4 or 5 hours or so after we shut our rigs off, we're still going to get rewards, and then we got to wait for all the blocks to mature from that as well. So it's an interesting thing, and you got to calculate these things as well. So when we actually finish our test, we're going to have to get final results after we let everything sit for like 12 hours from shutting our rigs off to make sure everything gets paid out. But regardless, for the past 24 hours right now, it looks like MoneroOcean MoneroOcean actually earned about $7.15, and the price of XMR is down a little bit. So now let's look at Nicehash earnings here, subtracting everything we got in the past 24 hours, 0.00016192 Bitcoin. Current price of Bitcoin is down a little bit as well, but our Nicehash earnings for the past 24 hours was $4.90. So we got an extra 5 cents based on from yesterday, but we've seen a boost here on MoneroOcean, which put us quite a bit ahead of Nicehash. So that's why I'm going to go for day 3 and see what these numbers are going to look like, because now we got MoneroOcean going full PPLNS log here versus Nicehash, and then we'll get a rough idea to see if we get some more big gains. Now, just to average it out here, based on my spreadsheet, I don't know if you know what MoneroOcean's all mining, because remember, it does profit switch, so maybe as hash rate peaked, it swapped over to something else. But, you know, if we were to mine Zeph for the full 24 hours the other day, we should have made about $6.81. We actually made more in XMR mining with MoneroOcean. So that's another thing. I'm going to update this for day 3. I'm going to keep day 2 here, but we'll update it for day 3. But I can't wait to see day 3 results. So that's what we got at day 2 so far in MoneroOcean versus Nicehash. Let's wait another day and see what things kind of look like. All right, guys, so let's take a look. Day 3, the extension, to see what it looks like the past 24 hours between MoneroOcean and Nicehash. Now, things actually changed in this previous 24 hours. So if we go into Zeph, which is what most of these pools and everything people are renting hash for and mining and profit switching and so on, C3 pool actually implemented their pool onto Zeph as well. Now, it does look like it came down a little bit. They were the top pool here for a while. Hash rate is down to 575, which is still up from the previous couple of days here, but you know, it was upwards of 650, almost 700 mega hash on the network. So you know, we're seeing some increases here. C3 pool entered, so it'll be interesting to see how these results play out. It's still saying about $5.49 on MoneroOcean, so it'll be interesting. So as for a total, we're currently sitting at 0.269901 XMR on MoneroOcean. Again, $5.49 is the estimate that is predicting here. And Nicehash is hanging out at about $5.54. You know, I check this every time. This was only down to like $4, $3 at times. And there was one time last night, people in Discord came in and said, oh, it's pumping again with the price. It only went up like 80 cents on the price of Zeph, but we were at like $7 or $8 here. But again, we don't know how much we actually got until we look at our full 24 hours here and see what type of yields were coming in. So right now here is 0.0005877 Bitcoin plus whatever this unpaid balance is. So I'm gonna have to add all this stuff up, put them all in a spreadsheet, and we'll look at how much we did get on each pool and which one won on day 3. All right, and for day 3 of the results, you can see after we subtract everything we have, we did earn 0.03328, which is less XMR than the previous 24 hours, which is indeed expected because of that hash rate increasing. As for Bitcoin, we earned 0.000017677, which is actually slightly more than the previous, because I guess hash rate rentals did go up. That could be a sign where some hash rate came from. People started renting more rigs, and there's a little more demand from that. So Nicehash earnings, or at least Bitcoin's worth, went up a bit. Now that could determine, you know, if Bitcoin price falls and there's still demand here, you're going to earn more Bitcoin as well. There's different scenarios that can play out in earning more Bitcoin. Regardless, moving on to this, current price of XMR today is $166.25, and Bitcoin is $30,156.55. As for MO, we're sitting at profitability here before power of $5.53 is what we got on these 10 rigs, and Nicehash earned $5.33. So even though we earned a bit more Bitcoin, depending on the price here, we did earn more in dollar fiat value by getting that XMR here. And for the full 3 days, current price, we did earn $17.10 altogether on MoneroOcean, and we're sitting at $15.04 from Nicehash. So out of these 3 days, it does look like obviously XMR is the winner. Now, who knows, price fluctuations, all sorts of different scenarios will play out. And these are two different platforms. One does profit switch, pays you out in XMR. The other one is only hash rate rentals. People are renting your hash rate and you're getting paid out in Bitcoin because buyers are using Bitcoin to rent that hash rate. Now, looking at both of these are both more than what you actually would have got in mining the coin directly all by itself. So day 3, based on the current difficulty, you know, if it was a full 20 hours here or 24 hours based on 590 mega hash, I guess that's sitting on the network, you should get about $5.06 with 10 rigs. So we're actually making more from both Nicehash and MoneroOcean. Now, it still might be better mining the coin directly, and if it pumps in the future, that'll result in getting that. But it's almost looking like some of these profit switching platforms, as well as Nicehash, is a little more profitable than mining the coin itself. All right, so now I have 1 day after, which means I shut all my rigs off at the exact same time on day 3, exactly 24 hours each time. And then this is after that share log and everything finally revamped. That means everything, all the blocks and everything from MoneroOcean did get time to mature, as well as that PPLNS log got the ramp down. So everything is still the same, just from the previous clip with the totals and so on. But I am basing everything. This is our new day 3 numbers based on all the day 3 BTC, XMR price, and so on. So you can see the little bit of extra that we actually gained from releasing that PPLNS share log all the way from the time I shut off. Also, I did slightly get a bit more, only an extra 3 cents, but Nicehash did give a bit after it shut off as well. But we can see the big bonus here is coming from that PPLNS log on MoneroOcean. So you can see the updated numbers from day 3 here after the shut off, but instead of 553 and 533 on Nicehash and MoneroOcean, MoneroOcean was actually 635 and 536 on Nicehash, with all those share logs finally ramped down. So there we go. There is the comparison. I know it's only 3 days, guys, and a lot of you guys will be like, oh, you should have went for 7, you should have went for a month, but you know, we can clearly see day per day who the winner pretty much was, and it was looking better than mining the coin directly. So I'm up in the air what I want to do right now. Am I going to take the gamble and just get XMR and hold that, just get Bitcoin and hold that, or am I going to mine coins directly and hope for a bigger pump than either XMR or Bitcoin could see moving into the future? So, you know, there is still the side on here. What are you going to do? How are you going to mine it? And vice versa. But it is looking like MoneroOcean is pretty good when it comes to CPU profitability. The other thing, if you do want to use Nicehash, again, I have that link down in the description. Just click that, get signed up, give it a shot for yourself. I'll see you on the next one. Rabid out.